Hey y'all, today I'm canning taters. Yesterday I had a follow-up with my doctor over my procedure last week. And I stopped at a store and I found big bags of potatoes really cheap. They was $3, so I could not pass them up. I bought a couple bags to can. We love canned potatoes or any kind of potatoes. Baked, canned, mashed, it don't matter. With my canned potatoes, these ones, I am doing dry canned. Dry canned is an old method that my mama Edith taught me. Dry canning means there's no water. You do not add water to dry canning. I dry can beans, taters, you name it. So all I'm doing, these are huge, big potatoes. I'm just quartering them up, skin on for frying. I like the skin. I don't leave the skin on if I'm going to can them just for mashed potatoes. Now, dry canning is best like for fried. I do peel them and wet can for mashed potatoes. Just because they're softer, they're easier to mash up, quicker. Once these are done, either dry canning or mashed, once my dry canning taters are done, all I have to do is pop open a jar, put them in a skillet with a little bit of oil, and in 5 minutes you got fried potatoes with skin on. Now, if you don't like skin, perfectly fine, take it off. A lot of people don't recommend leaving the skin on when you're canning anyways, but this is the way I was taught, so it may be wrong, it may be right. Who knows? Every year, everything's changing. Government wants to control you. So, I'm just quartering them up, and I'm going to let those soak for about 30 to 40 minutes in water just to pull the starch out. Once they're done soaking, I'm going to rinse and clean them good. That's the cleaning point. There's no point of cleaning them now. Clean them in a minute. So, I'm going to let those soak, usually about 30 minutes. Then, I will put them in my strainer to let them strain really good, because dry canning requires no water. They don't have to be perfect. Once I get them in the strainer, I do add a little bit of table salt, just any kind of table salt you use, just to help pull out a little bit more of the moisture. And I'll let those sit generally at about 20 minutes. And then I will start filling my jars. I have my jars washed. I washed a couple cases here a while back, because I know canning season's coming up, so I get a head start. I have 3 huge boxes full of jars ready to go for canning. I will add a teaspoon of salt to the bottom of this, and then I'll just raw pack. Don't add no water. I'll just put my potatoes in there, put a lid on them and stuff, and that'll be in my part 2 video of jarring and canning potatoes. So I'm going to get these over here, and I'm going to get Logan started in just a minute peeling potatoes, just for, because what time I'm dry canning, I can also do potatoes for mashed potatoes. Mashed potatoes, I'm going to peel my potatoes, or Logan's going to peel my potatoes. We're going to let those soak. You don't have to let these soak. I've done it both ways. I'm going to let him chop them up. I'm going to chop them up finer than what I did for my fried potatoes, because they're easier to mash once they're out of the jar and in your cooker ready to heat up. So I'm going to put those in my jars. A little bit of salt on the bottom. Spoonful. I call it a spoonful. I have my own measuring thing in my canning salt bag. I always leave in there. So salt in the bottom. Then you're going to put your potatoes in, your peeled potatoes in. Then you're going to cover it with water. You're going to cover it up to about the ring there with water. Any kind of water. I've done it with city water. I've done it with you name it. Now, if you don't soak them, your jars are kind of, you got the starch in it. But you have to heat up anything that you're using anyway, especially for mashed potatoes. So I don't worry about too much of the starch being left in. And then we'll do hit on the next video of the canning, processing times, and all that of potatoes. This is going to be prep your potatoes. See you in a minute.